Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, Book of 2 Kings, chapter 9. Let's get started now. The book of 2 Kings chapter 9 tells the story of the prophet Elisha's commissioning of Jehu as the next king of Israel and the fulfillment of God's judgment against the house of Ahab. The chapter begins with Elisha summoning one of the sons of the prophets and instructing him to anoint Jehu as the next king of Israel. The prophet is also given a message from God, commanding Jehu to execute judgment against the house of Ahab, including the king Joram of Israel and his mother Jezebel. The young prophet follows Elisha's instructions and anoints Jehu as king. Jehu quickly sets out to carry out God's command, gathering his followers and setting off to Jezreel to confront King Joram. Joram, who had been wounded in a battle with the Syrians, was resting in Jezreel when Jehu's army arrived. When Joram learned of Jehu's approach, he ordered his chariot to be prepared and rode out to meet him. The two kings met on the outskirts of Jezreel, and Jehu killed Joram with an arrow. Jezebel, who had learned of Joram's death, adorned herself in royal attire and looked out from a window. Jehu called for her to be thrown from the window, and Jezebel was killed when she fell to the ground. After Jezebel's death, Jehu ordered the killing of all the sons of Ahab and all those who remained loyal to the house of Ahab. He also ordered the execution of Ahaziah, the king of Judah who had come to visit Joram. Jehu then ordered the destruction of the temple of Baal and the killing of all the prophets of Baal. The chapter concludes with Jehu establishing himself as king of Israel. The story of 2 Kings chapter 9 teaches us several important lessons about the consequences of sin and disobedience. First, it demonstrates the importance of obeying God's commands, even when they require difficult and uncomfortable actions. Jehu carried out God's command to execute judgment against the house of Ahab, despite the fact that he had previously been a commander in Joram's army. Second, the story highlights the destructive power of idolatry and false gods. The house of Ahab had led Israel into idolatry and had turned away from God, and their actions ultimately led to their downfall. The destruction of the temple of Baal and the killing of its prophets symbolizes the triumph of God over false gods and the victory of righteousness over wickedness. Finally, the story of Jehu's rise to power reminds us of the importance of leadership and the responsibility of those in positions of authority. Jehu was chosen by God to lead Israel, and he carried out his duties with zeal and determination. However, his later actions show that even good leaders can fall into sin and disobedience if they are not careful and vigilant. In conclusion, 2 Kings chapter 9 teaches us about the importance of obedience to God's commands, the dangers of idolatry and false gods, and the responsibilities of leadership. The story serves as a reminder that sin and disobedience have consequences, but also that God is merciful and just, and that He will ultimately triumph over evil. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.